centered, but you can still open it with the thumb. And then I always usually have one hand on the outside of the clay to keep it steady. And the idea is to keep your hands in, because if you're out here, you don't have control. So. I'm basically just squeezing the clay in, so as I'm poking it, I'm also thinning the wall there. So if you're squeezing, pushing this hand out and this hand in, and it also goes up. Now I'm just going to pull the wall out. In this part, I like to go a little bit slower. One of the problems with these electric belts is they can go so fast that you just lose the pot. And I'm digging in with this finger, digging underneath, and I'm pulling up with these two fingers. You can actually see the line of how the clay actually bends as I'm throwing it.
See how little water he's using? He's just getting his hands wet. You know, it's a little slurry, a little wet. He doesn't even apply any water to it.
And the rim is more, I guess the more fragile part, the part that's going to get the most abuse, so you want to make sure you compress that down. When I'm using these, I tend to just use almost the point that way, so it's touching the clay at a pretty good angle, almost an 90-degree angle, so it doesn't stick. So it sticks, and it just kind of yank out of your hand and go running around the pot. It's a lot easier now to trim the clay off when it's wet than later when you have trim tools. So if you, now this has a line, an angle, if that line lines up over your pot, you can just dig straight in, keep the line. then cut underneath. And that's the easiest way to get all this excess out of it. Do you have a wire tool? I always do this with the wheel spinning. I've seen people do it without it.
I didn't do it with wheel spinning. If you do it too fast, you might send it
Yeah,
fly.
but it really helps when you have really large things, because you can keep this really tight. So if you have a pot that's this big of a base, you can actually have that. If you do it with spinning, it'll keep it flat. If you don't, then you could have like a half-inch gap, so it yanks the wire up. So that's why I do that. I always clean my hands before I take it off, because also the finger marks will show through the glaze. So. Yeah, I pick them up one hand one way and one hand the other way, and find that I have less problems with the pots warping. Yeah. So kind of